All right, now, Dr. Jason West joining us. And he is from the westcliniconline.com. It's westcliniconline.com. Dr. West, a lot of people have wanted to know, all right, so maybe a lot of these things online are bogus, but is there anything that's legitimate? Like, for example, is there a legitimate DIY coronavirus test?
Well, certainly not yet. There's a lot of people trying to get stuff to the market. There's some hopeful things out there, but when I was on the FDA website this morning, they said we do not have any approved tests looking for the COVID-19 antibodies, which really is kind of the missing link as far as getting people back to work safely, because you can use that antibody test to see if people are immune and if they're safe and if they're not going to be spreading the virus, but there's nothing on the market yet. There's a lot of things that claim to do that, but nothing that is proven.
Oh, there you go. And Dr. West, as I think about it, I mean, independent of COVID-19, which is a new thing to us, I'm not aware of any DIY viral tests that have been proven to be accurate. Is there anything for viruses that you're aware of that is a DIY type solution?
You know, I never thought of it like that, but you're right. I can't think of an Epstein-Barr test or a herpes test or a hepatitis test that you can do at home. And we know we can run you into a laboratory or to a hospital and get those tests. But as far as a do-it-yourself test, you're right. I mean, you can have the symptoms and you can probably diagnose yourself clinically with some of these different viral things. But the problem that they're having right now with the antibody testing for the COVID-19, see, the common coronavirus causes the colds. And then we had this mutation last fall, and I went from the common coronavirus to the COVID-19 mutation. And over time, what should happen is the human immune system should mutate against that mutation, and you should have the immunity. But the antibody testing is everything that I can read. It can't tell the difference between the common coronavirus that causes cold and the COVID-19. So you just can't trust the test right now.
And just to kind of take a step back for someone listening, and just kind of frame what you were saying. So as we have come to learn, there are seven different known coronaviruses, 4 which are benign, and then 3 which have the potential to be deadly: SARS, MERS, and CoV. And what you're saying is that one of those 4 that's typically benign ended up becoming a problem. It mutated, as viruses are known to do, and it ended up becoming, this awful form of CoV, which is known as COVID-19.
It is true. One of my favorite movies is Jurassic Park, and how that applies to this is they take this mathematician to the island, and they say, hey, we brought back dinosaurs. And the mathematician says, well, how are you going to keep everybody safe? And the scientist says, oh, this is easy. We've engineered the dinosaurs to be deficient. They don't have an amino acid. And if they don't get the amino acid, they'll die. And the mathematician looks at him and says, well, that isn't going to work, because life finds a way. And if you think about our life cycle, we're at the top of the food chain. We're eating plants, we eat vegetables, we eat animals, and all the way on the other side of that, things are trying to eat us: bacteria, viruses, fungus, parasites, and they're just as desperate to live as we are, and then they mutate, and then what happens is we have to, adapt or mutate to that. And you're exactly right. Life finds a way. The COVID-19 mutation occurs. It was, benign when I looked at Nature magazine, it says that the coronavirus has been basically in humans for 1 billion years. Wow. And then what happens, just like everything else, it mutates, and we're trying to adapt as mankind or humanity. And the problem with the test is it looks like that we're getting people positive for the common or the benign coronavirus, and it can't differentiate to the COVID-19. That's the problem with the take-home do-it-yourself test.
That is
413.
Great information, great analogy. Dr. Jason West, westcliniconline.com.